Alright, my dudes. Breaking news. Welcome to Bunny Chan Pink's geopolitical doom and gloom chicken little sky is falling report. Today we will be discussing the conflict in Ukraine. Yay! Do I really have to do this? I swear to God. I do not like talking about very specific topics. Are you serious? Is this what the world has come to? People are listening to Bunny Chan's economic doom and gloom report. The situation's not good. I saw it come out a long ass time ago. Okay, dude, I got the good old truther stuff going on. Right, we got the Economist magazine. How many times do I gotta pull out this goddamn picture? I swear to God. We got some maps. The Dora to Explorer map. What else we got? Let's see what else we got. Yeah, dude, this one doesn't really matter anymore. They're just rolling the wheel. And so I'm trying to I'm gonna try to keep this relatively terrestrial. Usually to I guess what I call the ground game. There's different versions of the game. There's like the ground game. There's the mid-level game, which is usually these think tank or financier levels. This is more like the economics collapse inside baseball news. And then there's like the ivory tower game. This is like the high level, social engineering, propagandistic think tank level. And then there's the pyramid above that. Let's go out the goddamn pyramid. just so you know, this whole thing's an orchestration. All right, I can smell a phony a mile away. Yo, what up, Jabulon? Let's see. Okay. Oh wait, this economics news report has been brought to you guys by my proud sponsor, Jabulon. Okay, let's see. But that's not what I'm looking for. Yeah, dude, you know the drill. This whole thing's fake. All right, we got the pyramid scheme over here. Okay, so this is the ground game. I'm here with the slaves at the bottom of the pyramid. So I want to talk about this level at the bottom. The mid level, that's like these, these quote unquote intellectuals, usually of the neoliberal order. They're obviously in conjunction with the right people, the right tards. Okay, whatever, dude. Maybe I should not show that picture. I'm trying to keep this relatively normal. Okay, let's see. I'll talk a little bit about astrology just because it is important. But before we begin, I want to take it back to my Qui-Gon Jinn. This is the only master I still respect. Well, SQS is just a dummy. And my Yoda master, Joshy Boy, I have no respect for. But there's rules for the, whatever, dude. It's an Asian thing. I have to watch him fall. Whatever, dude. Let's just play this. Let's get this right out of the way.
People that I used to speak to understood what the Great Depression was about.
Oh yeah, dude, this is a repeat Great Depression. This is the whatever Strauss generational memory dynamics theory. It's the whole fourth turning crap. Natural path cycles of 80 years, 20-year cycles based on the seasons. But I want to let my Qui-Gon talk first.
That was their generational experience. And every 80 years or so, that their experience of human beings is lost, and then it's recaptured. If you have a teenager, you understand exactly what I'm saying to you.
Yeah, human beings have the memory span of a goldfish. Even no matter how far you go back, it's just that in the present age with like TikTok, it's very in the open. But
because you're going to try to tell the teenager what to do, and the teenager will say, "No, I know better than you." And the teenager has to make his own mistakes. Now, the teenager can't reference your own experience. They don't understand that you've already lived through the pain of life, and you might be a little bit wiser in terms of your own experience. The teenager says, "No, I'm right, and this is what I think should be, and I'm going to do what I want to do." So they're not leveraging your generational experience. They're not leveraging your life experience in their own decision making.
Okay, when we talk about generational experiences, the greatest generation died. They're the ones who survived World War II. They put a lot of the backstops which stopped the whole global international conflict. All these backstops have been taken, especially since, I want to say 2001. So you can thank the boomers. But be aware, my Qui-Gon is a boomer, and he's the only man to ever call me retard. So, you can't lump everyone together But out of like good examples, like 90% of the boomers are evil pieces of shit that robs like 3 generations. So we have the small 10% because most of the good ones died in Vietnam. So
But we too, you and I, being older, are also guilty of the sin because we only tend to consider as human beings what we personally experience, just like the teenager. But if we are really mature people, we're able to be empathetic to what happened to other people. And I would urge.
yeah, this is a problem with the dehumanization of people and lumping them into caricatures. Like basically, I mean, it's just evil propaganda to push war. I would say that we fail to learn from, what is it, the fall of the British Empire, which is the same repeat as this, the fall of the Roman Empire, fall of the Babylonian. It's just a repeating cycle that gets cycled out every so many hundreds of years because of astrological events. I mean, people probably won't believe that though.
Urge you to go and find the oldest people that you can and ask them about their own life experience and go as far back as you can. And I would urge you also to talk to people who have experienced war firsthand, who've experienced.
Talk to people who experience war firsthand, which is why you cannot trust people who are just, they're just armchair quarterbacks, right? They have no idea what they're talking about or the horrors or reality of war. I mean, look, my family, we experienced war, right? Like, my family came out of, the Vietnam, well, it was Cambodia, but it was the whole Vietnam Southeast Asian conflict. When we came over as refugees, it was from a refugee camp out of Thailand. I mean, my mother was in a concentration camp, and my uncles were running it. I mean, come on, man. I mean, it was a goddamn horror show. All my friends growing up, they were Yugoslavian or Croatian, Bosnian, Serbians, because we came into the country around the same time. Yeah, people have no idea the horror of what's coming. We see it in regional, isolated out conflicts. When I look at this whole system, I view it as a giant farm, a human farm to farm out souls or loosh, whatever.
War firsthand, because most likely we are going to be experiencing a time of economic crisis.
Economic crisis, check. That's what the whole magical elixir of Voldemort disease was really about. It was everything culminating together, like pension payouts, rolling out derivatives. Now we have an extreme labor force problem because the boomers actually retired. I mean, they're at the average age of them should be like around 70, because they should have retired in 2008, passed on the baton to the millennials, but they didn't out of selfish reasons, which caused this generational loop gap to be delayed with the millennials, who now have a Peter Pan syndrome and will never grow up and will never fully participate in the system. It's called the failure to launch problem, specifically with people of my generation, and we refuse to be the upcoming slaves for the continual cycle of the system. Buying I talk to a lot of kids, all right? They're not going to buy boomers properties for like close to $700,000 on property that was built like 70, 80 years ago. And America has a failing infrastructure that was really developed in the post-World War II generation in the 50s and 60s and hasn't been re-updated. So it has to be, look, TLDR, if you look, these guys, they need a world war to get the next cycle of the farm going.
At a time of war in the near future.
In the near future, yeah. So the whole economics crisis thing was over the past 3 years. It was mass manufactured, put on with the whole, obviously, lockdown. I mean, you can't just close and open and expect things to go back to normal. We have extreme demographic problems. What they want to do with the Great Reset pretty much is somewhat backfiring with the Great Escape, the Great Resignation. People are not participating in the slave system, so they need them back in the farm, all right? They need participants in the system, and too many people are dropping out of society, and that's why they're coming after people who do gig economy workers, which is why they're coming after people's Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, whatever. I mean, it's pretty obvious, all right? These people at the very top, they're actually parasitical bureaucrats who need the farm running at a certain efficiency.
Now, the near history works on a very slow basis,
Okay.
but the near future would be 5 to 10 years, it could be a year. But
Yeah, so near future, 5 to 10 years, that's my basic time frame. So I consider 6 months like almost immediate. 1 year to 2 years normal. 5 years, yes. I mean, that to me, 5 to 10 years to me is short. 20 years is standard mid frame. And, you know, the 80-year generational cycle, but for me personally, I use 99 years, which is what the whole Eastern does, the whole Chinese 100-year plan, whatever. And so do other Eastern thoughts use this, but in the conceptual mind of the Westerner, they don't have this ability anymore. It's not really taught, and it's been basically purged out of Western intellectual thought because of since the 70s. I mean, Buckminster Fuller, and that's where I learned a lot of stuff from. So, because my master studied from his works.
I tell you this with absolute and total
Absolute
certainty. If you look at World War II, that's something which is totally outside the experience of you and I. You and I have never experienced that in our lives. But that is something which has occurred in history over and over again. And if we take the current...
That's true. World War II, World War One. Before that would have been the colonial wars with the world wars, where these proxies and pirates and navies, whatever. You can keep going back further and further, obviously up to the Romans. That's an obvious one.
Year that we're in. Let's say, why don't we reverse engineer it? Let's say 41.
Yeah, 1941, okay. Or 42.
So 80 years plus 1941 is 2021. So that generational memory
2021
would mean that there would probably be a war around 2021. Now, World War II might...
A war in 2021. This was predicted, like, I want to say... God, this video must be at least 7 years old. I mean...
It started, perhaps, in 1938. It might have been...
Look, dude, I know everything that's going to happen, alright? My Qui-Gon is extremely intelligent. He's the only man to ever call me a retard and laugh at me. I mean, dude, I used to be like 80 IQ back in the day. Yeah, dude, everything that he said pretty much came to truth. But it's such on a long time horizon for normal people to understand. Yeah, 2022, yeah. Like, I took this work and applied it to different aspects. I don't know if he says anything more important later.
In China, then it's very likely, and we see the Chinese passport, mainland Chinese passport.
Chinese expression manifest destiny. Their push for ultra-nationalism was true. For the Han supremacy, okay, we all know this. The Russians have their own manifest will destiny, which is why they're in Ukraine and moving over to Kiev to have population demographic control, as it is of the Slavic state. They want to reinvigorate and take over the satellites. I needed a map, swear to God. Let's see. East of Poland. I mean, look, I'll talk a little bit about this, but I mean, there's a lot to talk about. I mean, that's why I don't want to do this. Yeah, you heard my Qui-Gon. He said 2021 World War. This is the ramping up. I mean, people gotta understand, this is the ramping up. It's gonna take. If this is, there's like 4 currents of the Horseman Apocalypse. All right, it's what is it? It's conquest, war, famine, death, pestilence. All right, we have the death, pestilence phase. We're gonna go in conquest phase. It's probably gonna phase out for at least a year. I want to say 2 years. Then we have the war phase. So. That also depends on the eclipses. I mean, the eclipses, we have an upcoming eclipse around, what is it? It's May 16th. There's a full lunar eclipse in May 16th, 2022. That's a big deal. That's, we have a minor, whatever, dude. I mean, we still have we still have 2 solar eclipses that are big deals. What is it? April 20th next year, 2023. That's a big deal, and wait, no, is it this year? God damn it, hold on. Okay, whatever, dude. I mean, the only real solar eclipse that matters is the April 8th one, 2024. I mean, whatever, dude. I mean, look, we gotta talk about Pluto return first. Okay?
Day of America.
I'll let Silas speak.
Astrologically, Pluto brings destruction and rebirth. Rome fell.
Pluto brings destruction and rebirth. Okay, let's see what the wizards at The Economist magazine were trying to tell you. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Okay, we're on 2017, 18, 19, 20. 21, death is the Pluto card. The death through purging, rebirth. Okay. So, you got your pestilence, you got your war, you got your famine, whatever. Then I gotta do the meta thing, then a great reset, and then they have the souls of your chillins, via the Technotronic takeover. Okay, I do okay, 2017 magazine. Okay, I showed that enough. And I have to bring out the other magazines. Okay. Okay, this is 2021. What's this? Dark Side of the Moon. Swear to God. I mean, I used that picture too. The place of England. I mean, it's the only one that's above water. Yeah, dude, everything's done by the crown. Obviously, everything is just no one knows what's going on. It's hilarious. Okay, we got like the president holding a gas thingy, and there's a doggy. It's obviously the Fool card and tarot. Okay, let's see. What else we got? Okay, we got the magical elixir with the green drop, like an iPad Go 2. The drop of death. Okay, yeah. The magical elixir is designed to take out the boomers. Okay. Okay, let's see. You got China with the VR headset, the new Chinese reality, and then, I mean, they're not even trying to hide it anymore. Look at this. The problems with the whatever. Look, the final one here is a goddamn upside down pentagram. All right. Dude, they're not even trying to hide it anymore, are they? Let's see. Okay. Well, everyone's a dummy, or yeah, dude. I just think everyone's a dummy. Oh, let's check out the modern magazines. Okay, let's see. 2021. This one doesn't matter because they're just rolling the dice, seeing what sticks to the wall. Okay, let's see. Yeah, dude, it's all Russia. Everyone knew ahead of time. Okay, look, everyone gives warnings ahead of time. You want to talk about the warnings I see way ahead of time? The obvious warning to me was obvious. All right, it's Kingsman. All right, you watch Kingsman 1. It's about the useless eaters and how they're trying to use cell phones and technology to take them out, because that's the problem that the elite have with the whole Malthusian concept of the mouse utopia of Earth. What was Kingsman 2 about? Hold on. I just showed you. Kingsman. Mandela effect.
We're from the Kingsman. Here.
Well, TLDR, this movie basically, I showed it before. Kingsman 2. Yeah, I pretty much showed you Kingsman 2 Antidote. Yeah, this was foreshadowing the whole magical elixir
virus
thing.
was released, contained in all varieties. Was released. An engineered virus weeks ago. An engineered virus was released, contained.
2 weeks to stop the spread, dummies. God, people are goddamn dumb. Okay, let's go. Kingsman 1 trailer. I still haven't watched this. Let's just look, whatever. The new one is about like World War One. Alright. Is this it?
I'm looking for someone who can help me gain an order.
Oh, there's Russia and Rasputin.
Perhaps you can be of assistance.
Okay, dude, I know how they're foreshadow things. Alright, to me it's not goddamn obvious. Alright, but in the meantime, we gotta talk about Pluto. The Pluto return. Yeah, it's coming back home to America. The last time was 1776. So, they gotta take down America. So.
Fell when Pluto returned, unquote. In the US, Pluto return will...
Well, this is the classic, the rise and fall of the Roman Empire. There's that classic book. It's like goddamn 100 hours. I mean, I don't know if people really want to read that though.
From 2020.
It's been a long time.
2024. If we look at the Roman Empire,
it is important.
BCE 2, Pluto brings destruction at 4th. 17th on to the very fascinating post in question.
Okay.
The post, quote, on the 22nd of February 2022 will be...
Oh my god, nothing happened that day. Yeah, they started this whole conflict invasion. I made a video predicting it like 2 days before, and I was talking about way ahead. It's, and people said, oh, it happened on a Thursday. Oh, therefore nothing happened. There were things happening in the background. If you actually paid attention to the news conference, the watches were on the wrong date, so they actually pre-taped it. So they did do it on a Tuesday, and then they posted it on a Thursday because they pre-tape and pre-schedule these things.
Be a once in a 248-year event. Pluto is going to conjunct, return to the United States.
Yep, and then then the USA will be purged of all of its negative aspects. We're talking about like the basically people who live in La La Land. I go up to Gen Z and say, you know what I think will make a man out of you? World War III. And then I get the same answer. Fuck no, Kevin. I'm running.
The last time this happened was on July the 4th, 1776.
Yeah.
The exact founding day of America. Astrologically, Pluto brings destruction and rebirth. Rome fell when Pluto returned, unquote. In the US...
Yeah, this is the demarcation at when the fall of the American Empire will happen. It is written in the stars. As above, so below.
Pluto return will commence from 2022 to 2024.
2024, the big date is obviously April 8th, 2024. I mean, there's big dates everywhere. I mean, what is today, March 1st? Shit. March 1st, they're going to do the American honk revolution. Come on, man. Things are going to heat up. They're going to heat up specifically towards the Ides of March. Then we have the spring equinox and 322 to look forward to. And then, what else we got? Shit's going to be a bit annoying in April. I mean, it's really going to culminate, maximize out in May. Because of the lunar eclipse. Yeah, dude, a lot of stuff's going to happen. And obviously, Uranus moves out of Aries into Taurus in June. And then you're going to have a lot of stuff in July. I mean, this year is a big year. All right. Like I told people that this year is going to be a big year. Levette says, look, man, you got to pick out where you're going to hunker down, or wherever you're going to be at by the end of this year is where you're going to stay. Because next year is where things get for real. Like a lot of the stuff right now, it's the conquest state, the preposition of positioning. I mean, all this is, I'm telling you right now, all this is phony and fake. Everything's a theater or stage anyways. If you watch World War II movies, I saw movies where people were like sitting around a campfire saying, this war is phony in the Pacific Theater. This is phony. Why are we fighting these people? It's all phony and fake. Yeah, dude, of course it's phony and fake. Alright, nothing's really changed. This is generational cycling. If you want to look at the highest level, I would say the people at the top, they just want to, they're serious about this whole depopulation crap, alright? Okay, whatever, dude. Okay, let's listen to Levette. Levette said I could break down this whole video if I wanted to, but I don't know if I have time. I got stuff to do.
The communist, there it is.
Yeah.
If you see right here, the shadow, this is a yin-yang symbol. This is what made me snap out of, who is this? What is the tiger and who is this?
Yeah, the tiger is war. Tigers, hatred, war. The best time to do war is during the year of the tiger, yes.
This is China, backed by the UN. And it is, you can see it play out there. That you'll see the yin-yang.
And the tanks is just a reflecting of the East, because obviously tanks are a symbol of Russia anyways. And just so you know, this whole winter thing, it's pretty obvious. I wouldn't say, if you watch iPad Goat, god damn it, that's pretty iPad Goat also. I'm gonna lose my goddamn mind. I gotta talk about this video too, from the Christian Patriot Truthers. God damn it. Can they just hurry up? God damn it. Okay, yeah, dude. What is it? Oh my god, America is over. What did this really happen? Yeah, after Obama, okay. Yeah, dude, this is the dark winter. Ooh. That has to do with the Great Silent Conjunction, by the way. If we look at these years, you can pretty much figure it out. If we look at generational dynamics of 80-year cycles, we can also map it out against. First of all, the 20-year cycle is the natural age of majority in human beings anyway. In the cult anatomy of man, you don't develop yourself at 20 years, so like generations move out in 20-year cycles. Anyways, if we look at educational 12-year systems, you can map this out against even the spiritual age of majority of 33, so it's a 99-year cycle. But TLDR, the winter started at 20 19. The fall would have started at 1999 because the economy was basically collapsing, and then, you know, what is it, 3 years later, whatever, they took you to war. Same thing is happening right now. Things were collapsing. They took you to war 3 years later. Before that, it would have been the fall, the summer, which is why these 80s kids or Gen Xers, they're like, oh, I remember when this country was great. I remember when things were better. Ooh, my nostalgia. Things just suck these days. It's a natural cycling out of the seasons when it comes to generations. Before that, you would have gone the whole flower child, which would have been the people, the boomers, basically. All right. Yeah, dude, this whole shit's predictable.
There it is.
Tiger. Yeah.
And her tiger. And he's doing the Chinese New Year. He's deaf. He's deaf. And he's having a party.
He is deaf, and deaf is also associated with Pluto. If you paid attention to these symbols, then you see three things. All right, you see China, Russia, and America.
Which is today, people. But again...
Yeah, and the Chinese can't do shit because people still celebrate Chinese New Year's until really, I want to say, the spring equinox. Like, I don't know when my New Year's is, because I don't know what Ong Tuk is, or Tet if you're Vietnamese. I mean, we celebrate New Year's and whenever the spring, whatever comes, so...
And to me, this can represent this entire year, not just today.
Yeah, this entire year. It's going to be a shit show.
Because to me, they're going to try to stick to the script as closely as possible.
Are they sticking to the script? Yeah, everything's going according to plan. Nothing has changed. The train has not deviated. Should I show you the goddamn... I'll show you. I love bringing this out. Snowpiercer TV show trailer. God bless you, Jennifer Connelly.
9 months and 20 years. 9 months. 6 years. We are 6 years, 9 months, and 26 days from departure. For your
do you notice the wintry symbolism? Okay, you know the wintry symbolism in iPad Go 2? Okay.
personal safety, be prepared to brace.
Okay, dude, we're exactly on schedule. I gotta show Day Live again. Let's see. Yeah, I'll show it for old time's sake.
And in return, the per capita income.
Yeah.
You have given us entree to the resources we need in our ongoing quest for multidimensional expansion.
Yeah, dude, this whole thing is much bigger than what you think of as the Earth. It's multi-dimensional conquest, if I want to get down to it. But, you know, I want to stick to the ground game first.
And in return, the per capita income of each of you here tonight has grown, in this year alone, by an average 39%.
Yeah, that's the 3 6s, so that's 666. Yeah, 3 9s upside down, 666. Okay. Yay, this is literally the secret, right? Who are really running the show. I mean, the libtards are nothing more than chihuahuas.
And I've just received word that our forces have won a major victory. The underground terrorist network has been destroyed here on the West Coast. We are off crisis alert.
Crisis alert, holy shit.
The situation is normal again.
The situation is normal again. This is the new normal. Brought to you by the They Live Dead Alien Thetans. Where was I seeing? I was looking for. Did I miss it?
For you, our alliance.
Yeah.
The gains have been substantial, both for ourselves and for you, the human power elite. We'll be under the protection of the year 2025. Projections show that by the year 2025. Projections show that
what year is that?
2025. Projections show that by the year 2025, not only America, but the entire planet will be under the protection and the dominion of this power alliance.
Okay, maybe this is going a bit too far because I'm trying to stick to the ground game, right? Okay, whatever, dude. A lot of people are repeating. Look, I call it Paraton USA. Right? You want to see where people are parroting it from? I would recommend you watch Greg Hunter, and he brings on a guest who talks about the global liberal banking order and its inability to expand or spread into the Soviet sphere, so now the Soviets are spreading out, and then it's manifest will projection upon the liberal world order versus the old. I mean, I talked about this a long time ago. I called it the old world order versus the new world order. So it's the technocrats, Melvins versus the the old world mafias. I mean, that's all that there is.
2006 2009 crisis. Very few people understood that the last crisis was a rehearsal with none of the underlying problems solved. And so they've been printing and lending, what is it, $140 trillion, if I'm not mistaken, since 2006. And so the problems and the risks were made exponentially greater.
Yeah.
So, and if you look at it today, again, if
Dude, they passed the point of no return in 2009. All right, there's only two choices: hyperinflation or annihilation. Pick one. The can cannot be kicked down the road anymore. I mean, they need to do certain things. Ideally, they want to get rid of the boomers, which is the whole magical elixir thing. I mean, they wanted to do it the sneaky way. Oh my God, no one's gonna figure it out that we made up this whole Voldemort disease up in the magical elixir. Ooh. Yeah, they need to get rid of certain generations, and I do fear about the babies that were born within a year. From like up to a year ago, for a very specific reason, because the system wants them gone.
if I'm somebody working with, what's the president of the United States' name?
The goddamn insanity. They were telling people who are pregnant women to get the magical elixir. Yeah, but people are goddamn stupid, right? Like, there is a price of karmic hell to pay if you're that ignorant.
Biden, easily forgettable. Okay, if I'm working with Biden, I'm the guy who actually runs the economic part of it and actually understand what's going on. I sit down and say, look, we're in the winter 2022. We have debts, unfunded
Winter 2022. Okay.
liabilities, derivatives of about $3 quadrillion. And it's a sum for people who are listening to this to say, well, what does that mean? It's almost 50 times, global GDP. It gives the idea that there's no language, no model to describe the world beyond the crisis. And so
yeah, dude, this is the Ponzi scheme of all Ponzi schemes, and then they need to reset the whole system. How? War.
in the final stage of the game, so you have all,
Yep. Oh, yeah. Okay, here's the good part. We talk about the final stage of the game.
all these people saying bye-bye because they understand that this is it.
Yeah, a lot of people are ducking out. If you look at, was it the Democrats who aren't running for re-election? That's a big telltale sign, all right? The rats are fleeing the sinking ship. Like, shit's gonna go down, and then, we see how people truly are when shit goes down. I mean, the problem is that, there have been so many head fakes in the economics collapse community and running the scams of the cryptocurrency. Look, if cryptocurrency was a real threat to the system, they would just make it a criminal felony and give you 30 years if you were caught with cryptos. They don't, because they want cryptos as the backing for the future to cause negative interest rates, to basically enslave you and keep you on a treadmill. I mean, this is all about getting people back on a treadmill for the slave soul loose plantation known as Earth.
And they don't want to be the ones holding the bag. Aside from the fact they probably understand they're going to lose. Okay, so the end of the end could be extended, further a little bit longer or shorter. It doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, like 1 to 1.5 years, I'd say.
It's statistical noise if you kind of extrapolate.
Yeah, it doesn't matter anymore. Like, people still look at the stock market as an indicator of the Fed. The Fed, I mean, they're supposed to raise rates. I would have done like 25 basis points 3 times and just tank it. I mean, I heard other people say, like, an educated economist said they're going to raise it 5%. I thought that was retarded. Then he must have listened to other people and brought it down to 2% as the neutral, which is stupid. I mean, they have other tricks in their bag. They could trick everyone into cryptocurrencies, make it illegal, and destroy currency that way. So that way you can't cash out, and they just destroyed capital just to mess with you and to re-bring people back to the system. I mean, that's what I would do. I would trick everyone to crypto, destroy that capital outflow, and then bring in the Fed coin, like an, Mr. Robot.
And what do we get? But what do we get? I'm sorry to cut you off, what do we get if this system goes bye-bye? I mean, no pensions, no money.
Well, again, these bubbles.
Yeah, this is the unfunded liabilities. They don't want to pay it out. We have a generational dynamics problem. It's too weighted to the top. If you look at the people at the very top, they're mostly boomers. This is the same problem that China has. It's like a worldwide problem because the aging population it's an inverted pyramid, right? And then the millennials no longer want to carry that pyramid, and Gen Z is too small, so they got to be sacrificed and reset the pyramid.
Bubbles can end up in one of two ways: implosion or explosion. Most likely scenario, they explode. And so the principal bubbles we're talking about is the financial system, stock markets, bond markets, property markets. So in principle, we're looking at two options for the end. The net result is always the same, although the explosion finale will be more violent.
Okay, dude. I mean, I don't know. I mean, this might bore the girls, so I gotta move on from this. Yeah, you can watch this. What is it? But be aware that this person is obviously. I mean, he literally admits that he's a colonel former colonel, quote unquote, former colonel for Russian counterintelligence. So you can't trust nothing these days. It's because the fog of war is very heavy, I would say. Okay, let's see what's that saying.
Which means tanking the U.S. dollar is the go signal for the.
I mean, the steps are in progress. I mean, they kicked Russia out of the SWIFT system. It'll push Russia towards the Chinese. The Chinese are financing the whole thing anyway. It's a stalking horse for Europe. It'll weaken out the Europe, which is the sphere of influence for the Americans. But I mean, it's the end of the petrodollar if you do something this retarded, like the Swiss not take a neutral stance. I mean, this is a problem. I mean, Mike Qui-Gon talked about it. It's they lost a legitimacy and authority. Who has authority? Is it the U.S. regulators and Treasury Department? Who has authority? Is it the IMF? Who has authority? Is it the International Banking Settlement? Who are you going to listen to? The mainstream media? Who are you going to listen to? The YouTuber who's probably either a shill or a paid agent? Come on. No one knows what's going on because the fog of war and this propagandistic war is very, very sick. Like I'm telling you, like a lot of people that you listen to are probably nefarious, whether they realize it or not. So
the New World Order, for the war to begin, remember, they got to kill a third by plague. That's...
Oh, wait, she's going to say the V word.
The vaccine.
Okay, I muffled it. Yeah, they got to kill a third by plague. That's the magical elixir. Okay, yes, that's to get rid of the boomers and the aging population over 60. Okay.
They got to kill a third by war, and they got to kill a third by famine.
Third by war. Okay, check. We're in that phase right now. This will carry on for like a year. Famine, easy. What is it? The whole trucker Hong Kong revolution. The supply chain is already broken. I mean, look, I've heard like stupid people say, this inflation isn't real. It's price gouging, like my my Yoda Josh. Like, what is he? He doesn't work a real job. Works in the supply chain. I mean, the supply chain is broken. You can't get enough work. You can't get people to work. Period. And the people who basically thought about retiring. I mean, a lot of people actually retired because of the Voldemort disease. So they rethought their life in a job, and they thought everyone would just go back to the office or work their shit jobs again. That didn't happen. So everyone did gig work. But yeah, dude, I mean, the supply chain is not good. Like, I'm a grocery store worker, and people cry. Look, I see it on the ground floor. People say, it's price gouging. This inflation is based on monetary policy and blah, blah, blah. Dude, who gives a fuck, all right? Because at the end of the day, you're still paying double for your grocery bill from 6 months ago, all right? Inflation is at, I want to say, 15%. You want to do food inflation, it's more like 30%, all right? I've seen things double in like 6 to 8 months, all right? Like, this thing is going to keep going, all right? This is way worse than Jimmy Carter.
And all the truckers stopping, there goes your pipeline.
As for the famine, if you have a contention between America is the breadbasket of the world, and we're talking about the breadbasket of Europe, it would be, god damn it, do I have my maps up? Is this Eastern Europe? No, this is the Middle East. The hell's Eastern Europe? Okay, look, TLDR, the breadbasket of the world, of the European area is actually Eastern Europe, obviously, especially the Ukraine area. So, okay, let's see.
It's all stopped. All the truckers stopping is an Illuminati card deck.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the deck. It's one of the cards for them to have a convoy and a protest. This is part of the script. They've given us this, and they've given us that card games, so we know what cards they have left to play.
Dude, I'm rooting for alien invasion. Let's go.
And they're
I mean, you guys all watched the last season of X-Files, right? I mean, it's pretty spot on. Like, now they're saying, oh, cyber attack this, cyber attack that. Oh, Anonymous is working with the U.S. to attack the Russians. Oh, they got co-opted. Look, if you watch Mr. Robot, you would know that Anonymous got taken over by the State Department. All right? Like, the QAnon crap, that's retarded. I mean, do I have to really explain to you that what you see as a Christian Patriot Truthers is actually Russian counterintelligence? I mean,
very few left.
And that's how deep the fog of war is going. My computer's going berserk.
So let's continue.
Okay, that's a big deal.
Again, this right here is either birthday or New Year's, right?
It's birthday and New Year's. It's the birthday of Chinese New Year's, and it's also, this is very symbolic, the return of Pluto, the death of America and its rebirth process.
All right, we've gone over, we thought it was the American New Year or the...
Oh, it is. It's the return of Pluto, and it's also the Chinese New Year's under the Year of the Tiger. Like, the problem is that people don't understand that these things have multiple meanings. It's just that now that we get closer to these dates, it just becomes more clear. So, like, hindsight is 2020.
The American 4th of July. This has nothing to do with America at all.
No. It's both. That's the problem, see? Like, I'm smarter than Levette, so...
And especially...
Like, this is death, the birthday. This is the return of Pluto for America. And it's also the birthday for China. Looks the demarcation of the fall of the empire.
With him with that... the red string, the scapegoat, the other scapegoat. You get the one that gets the white string and one that gets the red. The one that's sacrificed and the one that's set free, given...
You have to sacrifice. I mean, that's the demonization of the American Empire. I mean, they're going to be... I mean, look, I mean, all these wars in the name of empire... I mean, Qui-Gon Warren said, "Look, I mean, you gotta leave to a country that is not viewed as evil by the rest of the world. Like, Americans just don't understand how the rest of the world views them. So.
Into Azazel,
and God damn it, like I'm gonna be stuck here. Jesus Christ!
You throw it off the cliff. There are two goats, and there are two goats, by the way.
Okay, whatever, dude. I mean, there's more to this, so." Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm just getting bored, so what time is it? I'm gonna talk over my maps. Okay, dude, I'll talk about the maps. Okay, let's look at the world stage, baby. Okay, let's see. I gotta keep the 2017 picture, because I hate bringing this out every goddamn week. Okay, let's see. Okay, what's going on? The map of the world. Okay, how's this World War III gonna be set up? Let's see. Okay, this is Island America. It's basically an island. The people of, they're very actually uncultured because they don't travel or try to experience people from other points of view. For example, I mean, I'm a unique situation. For example, my situation is different. I'm in the Northeast. I'm a cosmopolitan, coastal, liberal elitist by nature because everyone else is here, unless you're a sports-loving dumbtard, which I am also. Go Patriots. And everyone gets wasted on St. Patrick's Day, which is March 16th or 17th, whatever. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so this is the sphere American Empire. All the slaves come from South America, through Mexico, into the Texas. People, I hear from the right all the time, we gotta close the borders. You need the slaves. They're the only one upbringing you. Half your population demographic ingrowth comes from the Hispanics. I mean, they should be trying to convert them into their sphere of influence because they are Christian by nature. So I don't know why they just don't do that. But whatever, it's the left-right paradigm. West Coast, I mean, that's controlled by China. The Northeast and New York controlled by Russia. Look at TLDR, red states. I mean, it's the break of the USSR is what's going to happen to the United States. So red states will be taken by Russians, blue states will be taken by the Chinese, and I mean, that's if they lose. I mean, they probably will, so, because they're resetting out the empire. Okay, we got Africa, everything up to Africa is owned by the Chinese. The Chinese want to do the Belt and Road. India's they voted. yeah, dude, they didn't vote with the rest of the world for the new accord because they know that they would be in the way between these two superpowers, so they're trying to stay neutral. The Chinese want to create, what is it? So the American projection of empire is based on their access to both sides of the ocean, which is the real power of the American petrodollar, is really from the securing of trade routes via the Navy, and that's where the power comes from. But now you have emergent powers which can reestablish the Belt and Road Initiative. That's why they handed over Afghanistan to China, because Afghanistan is the central point of the old world. If you get out a globe, the look flat earth, round earth, whatever, dude, globe, the central point out of the old world is Afghanistan, which is why every empire, this is the passing of the torch of empire. It's Afghanistan. It's the highest point. It's a point of natural control. He who controls Afghanistan controls access to Africa, India, China, Russia, and passage through Turkey into Europe. So this is natural. Okay, let's see. So what happened in recent news? Okay, Russia, its demographics dying. Will die in 2 generations. They made a move because this is the expression of different manifest wills. Like the only reason why America had such a strong foothold for a long time was because of, their foreign policies. It's basically empire expansion, like Henry Kissinger, Brzezinski, whatever, dude. The world was basically in shambles after World War II. The structures of place, it's basically just a setup for World War III, which is World War I setup anyways. Russia moved into Ukraine. I already knew that. China and Russia teaming up. It's the Great Bear team with the Great Dragon versus the obese fat ass American. Yeah, they're losing projection of empire. European states are merely puppets, anyways. Let's see. Okay, but who's really running the show? It's obvious. It's the Crown, the English. The Vatican. Yeah, it's from the. I mean, what the hell do you call it? I mean, I call them the Machiavellians, but they're really the old Medici lines, like the white Guelphs and the black Guelphs from the old bloodline patrician class of the Roman Empire. Like a lot of this stuff goes back to legacy. So, the United States is the new kid on the block. Before them was the British. Before that would have been the Roman Empire. Before that would have gone to like Babylon area. We got these. I can't talk about that country in the Middle East that is the Egyptian god Ra, and the old word for the Hebrew of God El. Okay, can't talk about that because the Shiites and the Sunnis want to wipe that place out and unite under. Okay, let's see. People talk about pipelines. I mean, yeah, pipelines is half of it. It's more about the access to the Caspian and the Black Sea. And let's see. Okay, well, oh God. Look, I'm giving you a very cursory map of projections. Because I don't want to give you too much information. I mean, I might get in trouble. Let's see. Let's see. What kind of map is this? And why am I doing this? Are you guys really interested in this stuff? Or are you just fucking with me? Whatever, dude. You know I'm bored. I'll do whatever people tell me to do. Let's see. Map of Africa. Let's see. Okay, well, Turkey's going to be the biggest player. There's like 2 wild cards in this, China and Turkey. Because Turkey wants to revitalize the Ottoman Empire. They have the largest standing military. God damn it, but my eyes aren't working. Yo, no, this is... What is this? Am I dumb? Okay, dude, yeah. Okay, well, no, this is a map of Eastern Europe. Okay, I see how Turkey's gonna be a big deal. Okay. I mean, that's why in, what's iPad go to, the Hagia Sophia goes down. Okay. And they eventually need to reestablish old Constantinople. Like, this is some old world shit. Like, a lot of this stuff people don't realize, but a lot of power structure still in Italy, around Vatican. Let's see, blah, blah, blah. Dude, I'm glad I was born a Buddhist. I mean, I really don't care about this stuff, but I talk about it because people ask me to. Which is probably, I mean, I don't think I should talk about the Eastern Europe too much. Yeah, dude, I mean, they broke up all Yugoslavia. They want to wipe out the older white race that came from the Ural and Caucasus Mountains. It's the reason why Eastern Europe is very important, specifically the Khazarians and Yiddish. Look at the J-word people who are not J-word people, the Khazarians, or classically known as, I believe it's the Scythians. Okay. Yeah, like, you know, the whole Tartaria area. Okay, there's Tartaria. Okay, look like Nikola. Look, have you thought it's weird that all the smartest people, like Nikola Tesla, comes from one specific region, and that's Eastern Europe? Okay, let's see. Well, let's see where how far they're gonna go. Okay, yeah, what's Belarus? I'm looking for goddamn Belarus. I'll move down south from there. God damn. Okay, they'll probably stay east of Poland, take over up to here. I mean, this is what I would do. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's Romania. Obviously, the whole Ukraine thing is because the expansion of the sphere of the puppet American NATO crap. I mean, if there was a real conventional warfare, it wouldn't last 5 seconds or 5 days, really. This whole thing is a posturing, positioning, anyways. Like, people don't understand war. That thing is all flashy, but it's straight up fog of war. Okay. Now, the whole eastern side, so they should have access to the sea. That's what they want. They already have that. They want Kiev for the classical patriarch with their own orthodoxy. They don't want to wipe out all influences, so they'll probably take Ukraine. Okay. I hear a lot of stupid things. Oh, the West is going to arm them. Oh, I heard the Americans. Oh, we gave them modern American technology and the javelins. What will they do if one javelin missile is $15,000 and takes out a tank that's $2 million? They can't win this war. Okay, what happens when the Russians use hypersonic missile technology to take out? Oh, well, I can't say stuff like that. It's like people don't understand this idea of cheap missile warfare. Like a Doggone 3 developed by Raytheon can take out an aircraft carrier that's worth like, $10 billion. I mean, the people are fighting wars based on their projections from old world. Like, the future war is going to be so sophisticated, so blinding, people won't see it coming a mile away. Okay, the reestablishment of Yugoslavia. Probably up to Austria, and then, Germany's gonna, Germany will move into this area. It's the restructuring of the old world empire. Germany can't do shit, though, because, Fukushima, they have their energy reliance, they shut off their power plants. All their nuclear power plants was supposed to be shut by 2022. So, of course, the oil thing it's gonna cause problems, especially if you're European, and then the theater of the front show of the war is gonna be Europe anyways, specifically Eastern Europe, but that might get shadowed off anyways. And then, okay, it's to destabilize and weaken Europeans. Okay. Let's see. Middle East. There's no way you guys really care about this. Let's see. There's Asia. Okay, yeah. China manifest destiny. They already have Southeast Asia. Okay, because Asians actually understand this idea of the period of humiliation by the white man. Okay. The Japanese are basically a captive held state because they're a military warring faction. They have strong military order ties. They're the only one. They're actually the most important because they're the ones who support the U.S. economy because they buy all the bonds. And this region of the world is the most important region of the world. This little space of water in between South Korea and Japan for a very specific reason. Okay, let's see. Chinese want manifest destiny. They already have Hong Kong. They got it for free as a gift from British to establish friendly ties with the crown because the crown is making moves. They'll get Taiwan eventually, and when they do, they'll have a global monopoly on chips for advanced reason. And they already can control trade. People are saying, "Oh, we need to stop all business with China. All the manufacturing comes from China." These factories take people got them delusional. These factories take like 10 years to set up, and you need a strong communal-based slave population to do this stuff. Like, that's why the corporation's all here anyways. They're trying to move to India. It didn't work out because these guys are spiritual by nature. It's too hot. I'm saying they don't have a strong authoritarian control on that population because of their adherence to the spirituality of let's see. They move up. They probably take it to this whole region for resources. Get Afghanistan. It's a great rare earth metals area. They're trying to reestablish the Belt and Road. We'll go through Ukraine, into the ocean, through the Mediterranean. Okay, let's see. What else I got? Let's see. Africa doesn't really matter. China owns it. Okay, let's see. There's going to be great destabilization in the Middle East. They'll unite under one condition if they take out one country that I cannot name. Let's see. Turkey's the bigger problem. This is the flow into Europe. I mean, TLDR. They want to wipe out the pale race. I mean, try not to say white to not offend people, but yeah, they want to get their population down as much as possible because they are the natural competitors to the Zionists, whatever, dude. We're going to see. Syria is a big deal. Russia couldn't let it fall because Syria there has a Russian port right here, and it's the only access point to the Mediterranean. So I already knew this was going to be a war because they need this access point anyways for further expansion or stabilization of the Eastern Bloc. Okay. Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan. Okay, what else? Oh, yeah, dude, the world's really gone to shit because of the Voldemort disease. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Europe. Let's see. English Brexit moved out. Yeah, the Crown already knew this was going to happen. They were plotting the whole time. Like the whole magical elixir thing, I think it was actually a concoction between the English Crown, the City of London, the Vatican, and the Russians, to be honest. Like, I don't say it out loud. People say, oh, the Chinese did it. Come on, dude. The Chinese did it in accordance with the Canadians and American and French help, okay? Like, you know, like, and of course, that country in the Middle East I cannot name. Like, this whole thing is like a world concoction stage. Like, right now, we're getting into the mudslinging. Spain, irrelevant. In a lot of these countries, they have population, demographic problems with their young. Like, Italy has the most old people in the world. France, they're trying to reestablish. The problem with the EU is they obviously don't have an army, not a united army. And then they keep trying with the French, with Macron as Napoleon. That is pathetic. Ain't gonna work. The Northern Europeans, they are playing a dangerous game, risking total annihilation because they're dumb. And then there's this block here, well, up to the Netherlands and to Germany, has already secretly aligned with Russia, but no one's realized it yet. Let's see, and then this whole block will be open up to Turkey eventually. So reestablishing of old world lines. All these lines were redrawn up after World War II anyways. Yeah, so, let's see, yeah. I'm pretty sure the English are pitting everyone against each other, though. That's what they do, they pit empires against each other. Okay, I mean, okay, look, I mean, I don't have time to explain how the elites really work. Oh, is America gonna do anything? No, America's divided into like two countries right now. People talk about the next great American Civil War, a multicultural democracy versus a constitutional republic. Okay, red states versus blue states. A house divided cannot come together. They are cucked. I mean, you had Obama, who's a fairy. You had Trump, who was a belligerent, person. I mean, these are all theater actors. You have Biden, who's a cuck, a feeble old man, the weak king. This is like a ritual where it's the two wings of the empire. Left wing and right wing of Ezra. The Pluto return of America is getting rid of Uncle Sam and bringing in Lady Liberty. So America will move into a feminine axis, no longer world empire projection. So, yeah, okay, so basically if you see a female president and you see a male British king, then the ritual is complete. Dude, I'm getting tired. Man, do I have to talk? What else do I have to talk about? I mean, you guys really care about this stuff? I mean, the fog of war is very deep. Right? From the American hawk side, I hear some of the dumbest, craziest shit, right? Saying, we need to support Ukraine, so send in Americans no matter what. We need to send them more, we need to make sure they get into NATO right away. And it's their right to join the EU. And in fact, if you join the EU, you need to join NATO right away. These guys are goddamn war hawks. I mean, do people not realize that you are not fighting brown people into caves with goats? You are not fighting, brown people, Southeast Asians, in mud huts and straw villages. All right, you're gonna see a mechanized war that will quickly move from proxy to mainland fighting. And people cannot imagine. I mean, look, first of all, I gotta say, this whole shit's orchestrated. They've done this several times before, all right? But I want to say this, all right? You're going to see a lot of death and revolution. I mean, dude, I said this before. I wanted to retire after The Matrix 4, okay? God damn it. They're really going to do that. Dude, my computer's going berserk. All right, that might be The Matrix telling me. Oh, as for the... dude, The Matrix pretty much explains it. What is it? God, it's iPad Go 2 at the end. Remember? If you pay attention to where It's the Jesus looking out to the ocean of the new world, of the age of Aquarius. The goddamn, I'm gonna have to show it, aren't I? I mean, how far do you want to go? It's Brave New World 2022. Okay, let's see. Goddamn. Okay, yeah, this is the new dawn, age of Aquarius. This is after all the war's done. Okay, ready. This is actually the most important part of the video, but people don't understand this. The I into the O. Okay, in the Matrix, it is Zion. 20 years later, welcome to IO. I-O. This is like Kabbalism. Alright, dude. I mean, what else is there to talk about? I mean, dude. I mean, it's not a good situation. I mean, dude. I mean, come on. You got the Great Bear and the Great Dragon teaming up against obese Uncle Sam, who's become feeble and old. All right. I mean, look. There's a lot more to this, but I'm trying to make it as quick as possible. All right, maybe I can talk more about generational dynamics and, war. But, I mean, I don't like to talk about these topics unless I do research. Like, I'd have to ideally read books like, what is it? There's books about the Great Depression, which is a couple of good economic books. If you want to talk about war, I'd have to read The 100-Year Marathon. It's a Chinese war book written by an American State Department person. There's a bunch of other books. Obviously, I have to review Propaganda, Crystallizing Consent, The Crowd. I mean, look, it's gonna get real chaotic. I mean, order out of chaos. I mean, the magical elixir set up a lot of the infrastructure for the Brave New World that's gonna happen after, depending on who wins. I mean, I've said it before. I mean, he who wins gets the ring of power to rule them all, and that ring is the technotronic future. I mean, these people want to become like goddamn immortal god kings, and then turn everyone into epsilons, and then control the cycle of soul incarnation onto this plane. Whatever, dude. I mean, that's a bit too much. I mean, I probably shouldn't have even shown the aliens. I mean, they live, dead alien things. Whatever, dude. I hope you guys enjoy this. And remember, this channel is brought to you by public donations by people like you. So thank you for all the shekels from last month. And if you enjoyed this video, then please give me shekels for more content like this, because I don't know if I should make content like this. We'll probably go back to like spiritual or astrology videos. Alright, peace guys. Hee.